There's another big story that's really just hit the press like probably 90 minutes ago that has every single Democrat in the country and every single member of the far left completely melting down right this very moment. The left-wing media is completely losing their minds right this very moment. And that story is this. It is President Trump's massive Supreme Court victory. Massive victory in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has decided to uphold Texas state's 2026 congressional redistricting map in a dominant 6-3 ruling. Wow, I wonder who are the three Supreme Court justices who voted no. I'm going to guess boom. I'm going to guess boom. And I'm going to guess boom. Have you noticed? It's always these three. It's kind of strange on the Supreme Court when you have the same liberal left-wing justices every single time and time again, ruling against Trump. It's like, really, are you properly interpreting the U.S. Constitution, or are you wiping your behind with the U.S. Constitution in an attempt to undermine the Trump administration? Because it's literally every single Supreme Court ruling. It's these three every single time that are saying, no, we actually really don't care what the Constitution says, as long as we can try to undermine the Trump administration. That's really all that matters to us. So no surprise, 6-3 ruling. This means going into midterms about 10 and a half, 11 months from now. Yeah, something like that. The Republicans have by default picked up 5 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. And also the Democrats have lost 5 seats. Keep in mind, when one party gains, another party loses. So it's not a 5-point margin, it's a 10-point margin, because it's +5 here and -5 there. That's a 10-point gap. That's massive. Now, one of these Democrat congressional House representatives from the state of Texas that has just lost her seat in the House is everybody's favorite Democrat politician, Democrat House Rep. Her name is the illustrious, the incompetent Representative Jasmine Crockett. She's got another 11 months in the House, and then her seat is bye-bye. Thanks to this redistricting, it is being given to a Republican. And that's just the way this works. Now, by the way, the way really that this works, all the Texas state Republicans have decided to do, the Texas state legislature, what they have done is they've overturned all of the Democrats' racial gerrymandering. For the last 60 years following 1965, it all kind of went downhill in 1965. A lot of things changed in 1965. But the Democrats since then, they have been racially gerrymandering voting districts across the country. It's been bad in Texas. It was bad in Illinois specifically. But pretty much what they've been doing is drawing voting district lines in accordance with where groups of minorities are living. Black neighborhood, black neighborhood, black neighborhood. Okay, we're going to draw our district lines around as many blacks or brown people as we possibly can. We're going to exclude as many non-minority white people. And this way, by this methodology, we're going to artificially increase our representation in the House by jamming as many black and brown people into voting districts as possible. Well, one such black and brown person that has been sort of arbitrarily given a seat in the House here is Jasmine Crockett. It's over. She should start maybe filling out McDonald's applications. I don't know where else she could get a job. Maybe nowhere. Maybe she's not qualified to work at McDonald's. I don't know. But she most certainly is not qualified to work in the House. So goodbye. Who knows? She might go try to run in some other district in Texas, or maybe she moves states and tries to go get a House seat in a different state. We see this happen. This has happened. But things are not looking good for her. Now, let's do sort of a comprehensive recap of this entire redistricting battle that is going on across the entire country so far. I want to put everything into context. This is where we currently stand. California +5 Democrats, Utah +1 Democrats, Texas +5 Republicans, Missouri +1 for the Republicans, Ohio +2 Republicans, North Carolina +1 for the Republicans. So, folks, there's been a lot of redistricting. Really, the Republicans are trying to get rid of all of this racial gerrymandering. They're trying to normalize things and remove the racism out of these districts. The Democrats are not happy about it. So about 2 months ago in California, they passed Proposition 50. Check this out. California has about 40 million people living in it. 40 million people. About 40% of those 40 million people are Republicans. If you can even believe that, 40% of Republicans or so, 40% of Californians are Republican. If you can even believe that, guess how many congressional House seats the Californian Republicans have now? The answer is 0. The answer is 0. 0 in the entire state. We're talking like 18 million Republicans, 17 million Republicans in California. They have 0 congressional House representation now because of what Gavin Newsom and his administration have done. Proposition 50. Now, if you're a Republican living in California, pretty much you're just screwed. And so this is where things currently stand. We have now, by nature of this Supreme Court ruling earlier today, the Republicans have solidified they've locked in +5 in Texas. So here's where we are. Right now, the Republicans are up 9 and the Democrats are up 6. So the Republicans in total are up 3. And we haven't even gotten to midterms yet. Now we also hear from the great state of, everybody look right there. Give me a 1 in the live chat, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, if you live in the great state of Florida. We have also heard, we've gotten a concrete confirmation from Florida State Governor Ron DeSantis. We've heard from him that he is actually going to convene a special session in the Florida State Legislature, and they are going to redistrict their state, removing racially gerrymandered voting districts, at which point this will go into effect before midterms, like the rest of these here up on the screen. The Republicans are going to get another 4, maybe 5 seats in the House by nature of Florida doing what Texas has just done. Another 4 or 5. So, excuse me, things are looking good. We're not even at midterms yet. People aren't even voting yet. But just by nature of redistricting, by nature of getting rid of these racial gerrymandered voting districts, things are already looking good for the Republicans. Now, there's another sort of little side story as it relates to all of this. We have heard from the U.S. Supreme Court. This is something they are working on right now. They are deliberating on the constitutional merits of racial gerrymandering across the country, period, at all, in accordance with the 1965 Voting Rights Act. The Supreme Court, they are expected. People are betting on this. They are expected at a rate of 9 to 1. 90% people, that's the betting odds at least, people are saying the Supreme Court is probably going to rule racial gerrymandering unconstitutional, not just in 1 or 2 states, but across the entire country. Now, already some states like Texas and Florida, they are taking it upon themselves to undo this racial gerrymandering. But the Supreme Court, they're expected to issue this ruling by, at the latest, June of 2026, just 6 months from now, okay, before midterms. If the Supreme Court deems racial gerrymandering unconstitutional, you know what that means? The Democrats are set to lose 19 seats in the House. The Democrats will be -19, which means the Republicans will be +19. Depending on how the Supreme Court rules in the next 6 months, and it looks like they're probably going to rule sort of in favor of the Republicans here, we are about to see the complete and total implosion of the Democrat Party. They will, I don't want to say permanently, that's a little bit optimistic, but at least for a very long time, the Democrats will lose complete and total control of the House of Representatives. It's not looking good for the Democrats right now. It's not looking good now, and it's probably going to get even worse. So that is the big news we have. We talked about the Ron DeSantis thing. He's going to be doing the redistricting. Ron DeSantis has confirmed Florida's 2026 redistricting is coming. That would be +5 seats for the Democrats. I'm sorry, for the Republicans.